Howdy y'all, welcome to Nerd Studio. Okay, we're out at the range today with an AR15. A couple days ago I put up a video sort of honoring the idea that the AR15 is really the modern musket, and talked about how the process I go through to build one of these. Let me just reiterate, yeah, I'm not a gunsmith, I'm just an average Joe with some room to shoot, and anyone can put one of these rifles together. There's no gunsmithing involved and minimal tools really needed. Anyway, you can go back and check out that video, and there's more details about the parts and stuff that I've used in this build. The upper you've probably seen in other videos, but the lower is all new. This is a UBR stock from Magpul, and we're gonna put a few rounds down range and get the scope sighted in and give some first impressions on this build. I did want to point out again, I'm using the lower parts kit trigger from Palmetto State Armory, and I was kind of surprised that trigger feels really good. I have a Geisley trigger on the way, but it's on back order, so I just couldn't wait to go out and give it a whirl. Alright, let's put a few rounds down range and we'll see what's what. We'll start out, I just want to make sure I'm on the paper, and then we'll back up to 100 yards and give it a whirl. Yep, we can back up, that'll be fine. Okay, well, all in all, not too bad. I'm pretty pleased with that sort of mil-spec trigger in it. I think the groups are coming in really nice. By the time I got up here and sort of shot for a 5-round group, the barrel got pretty hot, and I was actually moving pretty fast. But I felt really good about these two shots here. They're almost touching, and you can see as we were sighting it in, I mean, that's really not too bad. What really shows here is I set a little empty paint can up there and started to shoot it, and you can start to see that's two rounds there. And this shot, I know I was aiming right for the base of the lid, hoping to pop it off, and it hit exactly where I put it. I think what you're seeing here in the flyers is just my inability to manipulate that trigger correctly. Somebody that has more experience shooting one of those mil-spec triggers, I bet, can pull this rifle in just fine. I'm shooting from just a regular rifle rest. I don't have that lockdown in a vise or anything, so I don't really enjoy shooting from those vices. I don't think it really tells you about how the gun interacts with you, and I think that's a big part of sighting it in. If it hits really well in a vise, it may not actually hit correctly once you get it out of the vise. So, you know, it's great for making sure you got the scope on there right, and that you don't have problems with the gun itself. But at this point, I was, sure that the gun's fine. So I'm really more interested in my interaction with it. All in all, mil-spec trigger, yeah. In fact, that's better than most groups I did with other parts kits that I've gotten. So, out of the box trigger like that, really inexpensive. No complaints at all. Okay, there's a day at the range with the new modern day musket. I'm pretty pleased with how the rifle's performing. If I have one objection to that UBR stock from Magpul, is where my cheek sits on it. I can feel the edge of the stock sort of here on my cheek. I think it's a nice trade-off from having that real stable stock and still being able to adjust it. So I think I'll get used to that. it's a little quirk, I guess you could say. You know, I can't stress enough how important it is that people have a proper understanding of the AR-15 and just how important that is as a rifle for home use. There's so much garbage in the news media these days. You know, there's no other rifle really out there that gives a non-trained common person the ability to maintain, fire accurately, upgrade, and understand. Most rifles have some gunsmithing requirements. Very few of them can be maintained like an AR-15, and that's why it is the modern day musket. So, you know, I can't encourage you enough for the folks who watch this channel. If you happen to watch this video and you trip across it, when you hear this crap in the media, blow by it. If you hear your friends saying it, you know, politely correct them. Politely correct them. Because, you know, like it or not, we have this right to bear arms. That is acknowledged by our Constitution. It's not given to us by our government. It was ours to begin with. And right now, in the way things sit today, there is no other firearm that is more universal, more appropriate for the common man than the AR-15. So that's my rant for this video. I don't do that a lot, but I think it's a really important point to make here. All right, always remember, anyone can shoot. Anyone can shoot an AR-15 and have a lot of fun doing it. And you can build one too. We'll see you next time.